Ever know one of those people that everyone is afraid to mess with? The guy who has no problem standing up for himself and speaking his mind. To command respect like that, you need the right mindset. And no, I am not talking here about being a tough guy. It's all about getting the best from yourself and others. Let's take a look at the 3 badass habits of nice guy Tim Ferriss. Number 1. Don't let others waste your time. It is imperative that you learn to ignore or redirect all information and interruptions that are irrelevant, unimportant, or unactionable. Most are all 3. Tim Ferriss. If you don't believe your time is valuable, why should anyone else? Time is limited, we only get so much. It is the most valuable asset we have. Understanding this, we will find it necessary to teach others to respect our precious time. With cell phones today, we are constantly being interrupted. The average American checks his phone 344 times per day. That's once every 4 minutes. My solution has been to turn my phone off. I set blocks of time that are cell phone free. When I am working, there are 2-hour blocks of time. I usually need a break after 2 hours of concentration, and that is a good time to check my phone. I turn off my cell phone when I am eating dinner. I turn it off at social events. And I turn it off on the golf course. There is no reason you have to be at the beck and call of everyone who has your phone number. We don't need to respond to every email, text, or DM as it comes in. It's important to return calls in a timely manner. But they can wait. Tell your friends and colleagues when your cell phone is turned off during a typical day. Or how often you check it. So then they can know when to expect a return call or text. This is one way to teach others to respect your time. Number 2. Uphold your core values. There are times when you need to stand up for your beliefs and hold firm to what you believe is right. We all have standards we live by. For some, their core value is family. For others, it is entrepreneurship. Some may value freedom above all. Values are different for everyone. But whatever your core values are, on occasion you may find the need to uphold them. The trick here is to pick your battles carefully, taking a stand only when it is worthwhile. In the 4-Hour Workweek, Tim Ferriss tells this story. For all 4 years of school, I had a policy. If I received anything less than an A on the first paper in a given class, I would bring 2 to 3 hours of questions to the grader's office, and not leave until the other had answered them all, or stopped out of exhaustion. This served 2 important purposes. I learned exactly how the grader evaluated work, including his or her prejudices and pet peeves. The grader would think long and hard about ever giving me less than an A. He or she would never consider giving me a bad grade, without exceptional reasons for doing so, as he or she knew I'd come knocking for another 3-hour visit. Learn to be difficult when it counts. In school as in life, having a reputation for being assertive will help you receive preferential treatment, without having to beg or fight for it every time. Not every situation calls for a fight, and as the great military general Sun Tzu once said, if a battle can't be won, don't fight it. Balance the cost, in time and energy, versus the possible reward. If it's worth the effort, speak up. Take a stand, and explain why you won't back down until you get resolution. Number 3. Challenge the alpha. Realize that bosses are supervisors, not slave masters. Establish yourself as a consistent challenger of the status quo, and most people will learn to avoid challenging you. Tim Ferriss. Bullies are alive and well in the adult world. We may give them labels like aggressive or dominant personalities, narcissists or sociopaths. But they are nothing more than schoolyard bullies testing you, seeing what they can get away with. The solution is to immediately assert yourself in a rational, unemotional way. Remain calm and polite, but firm. Set your limits clearly. Keep your voice assertive and speak slowly. The primitive part of our brain, the limbic system, responds to dominance cues just like animals. Animals prefer rituals and displays of power over actual fighting. Bullies are basically insecure, their bark is worse than their bite. So look them in the eye and bark louder, bare your fangs and they back down. The assertive, Unemotional response lets the bully know that you have no intention of ever being a victim. And that you're neither apologetic about it, nor posing a challenge to them. When someone crosses the line, you quickly let them know. No regret. No remorse. Always demand respect.